Evening, everyone. It is August 3rd, 2026. This is the Town of Victor Zoning Board of Appeals. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you would join me, let's start with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Justice for all. Okay, a couple of housekeeping matters. We have emergency exits off to the side. Restrooms are in the lobby area. If you haven't done so already, there's an attendance sheet out in the back table area, if you would be so kind as to sign it. There are also some business cards at the back table with email and phone number information back there. There's also a copy of the proposed resolution. If you haven't done so already, either please turn off or silence your cell phones. And if you have any conversations that don't directly relate to the application, please take it out in the hallway. As we've done before, we will allow the applicant to make the presentation. If there are exhibits that you've presented, great, let us know. We'll put them up on the screen. If they're new, let us know that they're new. We'll certainly take a look at them. If you want to talk about your exhibits, do your best to use descriptive language. The terms over here, over there, don't translate very well in our record when we approve the minutes. It's helpful if you use compass direction, structures, roads, anything that you can use to identify what it is that you're looking at and want us to know more about. We would also appreciate, we're not going to talk over each other. Amber takes minutes. We're going to take our time, take turns, and I will, if necessary, if I have to stop the meeting because I'm hearing too much chatter going on between everybody, I'll stop it. We're going to slow down. We're going to do one at a time. With that, first thing I'd like to take care of is hopefully everyone's had a chance to look at the July 20th, 2026 minutes. I would entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion.
Thank you, Matt. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Chris. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Alexis from our town board is here. Is there anything you'd like to share with us? I think we're good to go. Thanks so much. All right. And our first hearing is going to be the Hoyer. Come on up and tell us about your application.
Get my cheat sheet and my glasses. Okay, I'm Tim Hoare. This is my wife, Deborah Craig. We're owners of 1260 Harwick Way, and our intent is to install a 12 by 24 shed on our property. Our goal was to build the shed, or I should say install the shed, out of sight as much as possible behind our house. Also, we don't really want to impact any trees or brush cover because we like our privacy. And this is the most shielded location on our property at the back in the corner. The shed will be storage for garden equipment and tools, sport and hobby equipment, also my small boat in the winter, if I can jam it in there. Currently we have a 3-car garage on the property, but it's full of bicycles, classic car, winter tires, plow, lawnmower, all that good stuff. We don't intend to run power or water to the shed, and the colors of the shed are kind of natural, brown and green, to blend in with the wooded surroundings. The town previously approved a permit almost parallel to the rear lot line, not exactly, but close to parallel, on July 2nd. And we were kind of full speed ahead, but our groundwork contractor said there was too much of a slope, which would need too much fill and an undesirable final product. This is true for most of the other locations on the property, just slope and and other undesirable parts. The challenge with the lot is that we have a lot of slopes and some wet areas. There's natural runoff from Dr. Schutz's house behind us, which also puddles in some of the more flat sections.
Comes down that hill through that swale, curves to the right, and just kind of all that land out of possible use. And then there's the easement that comes from Harwick Way up into our space. It's a 60-foot easement, which kind of lands right in the middle of that hill. So it's kind of constrained from all directions. The hills are pretty significant slopes, and then the one.
Just to
direction-
stop you one minute.
Yes.
Just one or two notches, a little more, or tip the microphone towards you.
Oh, which one? That one? or
There
this
we
one?
go.
All right.
That works.
Okay, sorry.
Much better,
And
thanks.
behind the house, the slope goes both directions to the sides and then towards the house. So, to really excavate that would be a huge expense to try to find some flat area. We do have two flat areas. One is the one that we're looking at that's very shielded. And the only other flat area is forward of the house. And because of the leach fields, we push it really close to the road and then very visible. So we thought the shielded section would be a lot better just from, the fact that you can't really see it. Plus, it's gonna require a variance to put something there. And we're concerned about the security of it being so close to the road and then away from the house. So all in all, this is the best of the two choices as far as we're concerned. And we also have another drainage area that comes down the back and down the side and curves around to the big tree that's over there. So we've kind of looked at, the setback is to help keep that shed out of that space. So to let that natural flow just continue, that path continue. And then, so bringing the shed forward, we put it in that soggy area. And we're worried about the washing away foundation and the stability of the structure if we don't keep it out of that and on the dry land. So that's kind of the reason for the setback in that location.
So if I could ask, you gave a lot of descriptive pieces to it. Susan, if you could get up the instrument survey.
So, where are we?
There we go. I think this is going to be helpful. So
There
you
we
got a
go.
pointer there. So you started with describing that you originally had an approved building permit, but your builder had indicated it wasn't going to work because of the topography.
Correct.
Can you show us where that is?
That's right around here.
Okay. And then you were talking about swales and slopes and drainage and all, so
So
say
there's.
that again for us, but show us where you're
Yep.
talking about.
Okay. So
Talk about
moving
this one.
direction.
This is on the south side of the property.
So we're at the south.
And the
So then
border
heading
lines.
east,
Yep.
you're coming down a hill, and then there's a swale that comes down right where he's pointing. Comes down that hill and then curves along this side of the driveway. There's a berm there, and comes around the back, and then it goes through drainage pipe that goes under Harwick there
On the east side.
on the east side. And in the center of that space is just the top of the hill, and it just drops off in all directions from there. So that area is kind of out. And then, now where he's pointing there, there's a tree on that corner.
On the west side of
On
the
the west
property,
side.
southwest corner.
Yeah. And then that green circle there is this huge maple tree. And the water comes, because in behind the house, sorry, is a big slope. And it comes down that slope, curves down around, goes past that, and then kind of pools at the base of that maple tree. So it's kind of carving out a no-fly zone kind of, and kind of corners us into that back corner is kind of how we're looking at it. When we go out there, just gonna keep it in that dry corner. Leach fields that are there in blue. You trying to get my attention?
I'm pointing
Oh.
at it.
The blue leach fields, he's drawn them in, they're estimated, we don't actually know. All we do know is that when we had the distribution box replaced, it was so large, they had to replace it with two. So we figured it's a pretty large leach field, but we don't know the where it goes, we don't know the perimeter of it, to stay away from it. If the other dry section is, in directions, up in
This corner.
that corner up there near the road, the other flat section,
You
excuse me.
indicated you recognize that any structure forward of your home is going to need a different variance.
Correct,
Yep.
correct, but that was the other area that we were considering. It's probably the flattest section, but not the best place for it. What else did we not describe well enough?
No, you did great.
Okay.
Anything else you want to add?
I think we hit on all of our bullets, right?
I think
The only
that's
other
it.
thing that we might note is that down that west side of the property, the lot line is 7 feet from the brush. I currently mow over there because until we started staking the lot, I had no idea that it was outside of our lot line.
Right.
You can see it in one of the photographs with the arrow. So that's just
But there's
a by the
still,
way kind of thing
there's still a wooded strip that goes down between the properties and
on the
then,
west side.
and woods on the south side of the property too, which help to shield that whole corner.
All set?
That's it.
Okay, great. Matt, questions, comments, concerns?
I was out there earlier today, so I definitely understand like the topography and the issues and everything. I just had a couple questions. One for Adam. The 5-foot distance from the property line, if the adjacent owner also did a shed that was 5 feet from their property line, 10-foot structure separation meets fire code, so this wouldn't impact that, correct?
Correct. Yep, so, fire code states 10-foot minimum distance between structures on separate parcels. So it doesn't apply to their structure on their parcel, but if the neighbor were to be granted similar area variance at 5 feet, they'd be able to maintain that 10-foot setback.
Okay, all right, I just wanted to make sure on that one. And then you did mention you did have a code compliant location and there were just, your contractor said there was issues that would create like difficult or unusable condition and that there was extra cost associated. Could you just expound upon what the additional cost would be and then what the conditions were that would make it unusable?
He didn't even quote us. He said he came to do the work. You saw the pile of stone. Dropped the stone and went back there and said that it was too steep. He could not level that and put the stone pad in that location because it was coming down,
Okay.
coming down towards the flatter area, but still on that slope.
Okay, all right, so he didn't even give you that like a cost to like dig out into the hill and build a retaining wall and do all of that? Okay,
He didn't.
okay,
He just said he couldn't do it. It was too steep.
okay. Understood, I don't have anything else.
Chris, anything? Oh, good, thanks. Ed? Good. Leah?
I'm fine.
All right. I'm familiar with the area. You said no power, no water.
Correct.
What about electric? There's no electric. The topography issues, I understand what you're saying. But I'm curious as far as the rest of the board. Would anyone like, the problem with it, we sometimes hear, before I ask the board questions, is an applicant says, well, he said this, and he said that, and he, she isn't here. And that is the very definition of hearsay.
Correct.
So we have no really a way of verifying that that is in fact true, or partially true, or we're just kind of going on a word. I'm comfortable with, because I know the Shute family, I've been up and down that, I've seen it, I get it. It is a challenging, that, let's see, I guess it would be north-south.
Yes.
That's a challenging piece, that the further you go to the Shute property, the more challenging it gets to put something there. So I'm fine with it, just giving the board an opportunity. Do you, Matt, do you think you want a letter from the contractor that verifies you're good?
No, I'm good.
You're good with it? You're good? Okay, that's fine. All right, so, what about then if we're looking at, here's my point. The red box is where you'd like to put it.
Yes.
Have you considered moving it to the east so you're code compliant?
We did look at that. The challenge becomes,
You start moving it into the that wet section that's coming off the corner of the house.
Is it wet or west?
Wet.
on the west
There's
side.
runoff that comes around that corner of the house, goes towards that big green circle, which is the maple tree.
Yeah.
So if we move the shed closer, we're moving into that soggy zone.
Be, again, familiar with it, that having a 12 by 24 structure, they oftentimes, it's a stone pad, if you will, crushed stone, right? And oftentimes what they'll do is, they'll use 4 by 4 timbers, sometimes 2 or 3, and stack them up so that you can get the stone, and the stone doesn't erode away, it stays put. I don't quite know the dynamics of it, it just stays put.
Mhm.
How are they gonna do it? Do you know, is it just the stone, any 4 by 4 timbers?
I think they're just gonna cut it out and pull it back, just to level it, and then the stone on top. That's
Okay.
my understanding.
Because heading south, it's going up a bit. It's just much less of an incline, so we're gonna have to dig in a bit there. And then there's gonna be an overhead door at the end, north end, facing Dryer Road. So it needs to be close to the ground.
So the further
Driving.
west you're going, the drier that your parcel gets, if you will.
The drier and
Exactly.
the flatter, yeah.
Okay.
When I was out there, I saw something in the corner, there's your roof drain, also daylight off of what would be the southwest corner of your house as well.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
That was another thing I noticed when I was out there, that in regards to the wet, that their roof drain actually dumps right out into that area as well, which I
Right,
noticed.
so I think
would make it
It's
more
not
wet.
only the shoot property that's draining onto your property, but it's also, that would be the southwest corner is as the water collects into the gutters down in that corner, it gets wet,
Yeah.
especially last handful of days we had.
Yes.
Almost feels like a rainforest.
And there's quite a bit of pooling during a storm, besides the runoff, because it pools under that tree and in that wooded area along the edge, it just gets very deep over there.
Have you talked to is the contractor just putting the stone down?
Yes.
And you have a separate contractor for the 12 by 24 shed, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do they know the challenges of the land, the potential wetness of it? I ask because are they aware that if it's so wet, how are they gonna get that 12 by 24 shed back in there
Right.
without sinking into the lawn?
The shed people, they came out and did an inspection, make sure they could deliver there.
Because they have to come through there to go to the original location as well,
Yeah.
so it would have gone through there. But Mark came out
And
today
Mark was
too.
out today. I don't really have any feedback from him, but he said this is a good location
Okay.
compared to the other one. And it was wet today as Matt in the test.
All right. Anyone have any other questions? Suzie? No? Anyone from the public want to speak for or against the application?
I'm just here to learn.
Just here to learn. Good for you. All right. Okay. There isn't anything else. We can start walking through the criteria and the justifications. Mona, is there anything else you want to add?
I think so.
first criteria is undesirable change will not be produced in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties created by the granting of an area variance. Justification being, due to the challenging topography of the land, as well as drainage issues from nearby properties, as well as the lone home, and a contractor had originally located the proposed shed and indicated that it would be a significant challenge, so they decided to move it to where the proposed location is, as indicated on the, on an instrument survey. It's an exhibit. It's with a red rectangle 5 feet from the property line and 59 feet 6 inches from the chute property line. No power, no water, no electric. Would anyone like to add anything to the first justification?
I don't know if it would be for this one or for number 4, but going to the 5-foot setback with the, if the adjacent owner also applied for a variance to do the same thing, this doesn't negatively impact the adjacent property as it relates to the fire code setback. I think that, because for other sheds, we've discussed the fire code, and then if they went closer than 5 feet, it could then impact what the other, so I just wasn't sure how to kind of pull that in, because for me, that's important, that the fact that if we gave them 5 feet, it wouldn't negatively impact the adjacent owner if they came in and requested the same variance from a fire code
It's,
standpoint.
the challenge with that is playing ifs and buts.
Yes.
Right? You can't, we don't have a crystal ball, so we don't know, but I hear what you're saying is that it's far different than if you put it right on the property line or 1 foot from the property line.
Correct, then you're
It's the
impacting
neighbor a challenge. The neighbor isn't here.
Yep,
We could add for the first justification, 5 feet, as of present time, doesn't negatively impact any neighboring property.
yeah, I think that works. I just kind of like to get in, because I think even not necessarily for this one, but for other ones we've done, I think that kind of helps to set.
Yeah, so noted.
Okay.
All right, anything else for the first justification? Let's see, second, the benefits sought by the applicant cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. Let's mirror what we've indicated for the first justification, and let's also, we haven't said it already, the applicant has made efforts through their contractor to locate the best possible location for the proposed shed. Would anyone like to add comment on the second criteria? Third, the requested area variance is not substantial. Will be 5 feet from the western property line, with little to no impact on the neighboring property, and reiterating again that that is the best location for the proposed shed. Would anyone like to add anything to the third criteria? Fourth, the proposed variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. Let's mirror what we have for the first criteria, and emphasizing that due to the challenges of the property and neighboring properties, this is the best location for the proposed shed. Would anyone like to add anything to the fourth criteria? Fifth, the alleged difficulty is self-created. Any proposed conditions from the board? Hearing none, okay. I would entertain a motion for approval.
Motion to approve.
Leah, a second.
Second?
Matt, Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Carried. Thanks so much. Good luck to you.
What's next?
What's next? Adam, would you like to take it from there?
Sure. So if you could provide a copy of this markup location that you provided with this application to the codes email and say we'd like to update our building, reference your building permit number. We've issued the building permit, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yep. And then we'll just update that. And then when you call, once the shed's placed and you call for your certificate of compliance inspection, we'll just verify the location.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
So
a
you.
good
you'll,
night.
you'll update you're going to update the existing permit?
Correct. You don't need
New
to,
one.
we'll just modify the existing permit.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks.
Good, thanks. How is everyone's training? Are we done in the process of? Matt?
I got a process up. I've reached out to, and I got links for 4 of them from what I
Okay?
have to read through it and figure it out.
All right, so
That's
you're in the
fine.
process of?
I'm working on it, yeah.
Ed, done? Beginning, okay, Leah?
Months ago, right? No.
For the 4 hours of training for this year?
Oh, I didn't.
You're in the
forget
process
about
of?
it. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
I didn't forget.
We're setting up an appointment.
Okay, good. We are in the process of, that's good. So what I'd like you to do is when you do the training, keep in mind, find something either for a discussion. Okay, this would have been a great opportunity, so it's like, hey, I learned this, or I'm having trouble understanding that. We can do that here. Shouldn't take too long, or just give me a shout. But I think it's good if we do some collaborating, and because we're all going to learn from each other. All right, sound good? Anything else? I think we're good. I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Good. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Enjoy your evening. Thanks so much.